Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the next part of our Dark Souls Remastered playthrough. In the last episode, we got through the entirety of New Londo when we conquered the Four Kings, and in this episode, I've made up my mind that we are going to go to the Kingdom of the Dead and go tackle Nito. My main motivation for this decision is that I want more Estus flasks, so we're heading to the graveyard. I don't have to use him to teleport, but I'll show you that you can anyway.
Well, once the vessel is filled with souls, the gate to Gwyn shall open. Seek Grave Lord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, and the traitor, Seath the Scaleless. Fill this vessel with their souls, then the gate will open, so that you may kill Gwyn. Are you ready? Then let us return to the abyss. Entrust thine flesh to me.
Is it weird that I've kind of already forgotten how I recorded the last episode? And by how, I mean technically speaking. Because I don't remember how I was listening to the audio. I don't have my earbuds anymore to connect to my laptop. So right now, the audio is free flowing from my laptop, so I can still halfway hear what's going on. Mind you, my laptop is on the ground and I am, well, not. Let's head to Firelink, and hopefully you guys can't hear any like echoing audio, but there's not really much I can do about that in post. If you can, well, I don't know, maybe there is something I can do about it, but who knows. So as for our build, we are pretty much, I'm not going to say at the pinnacle of what we could be, but we're pretty darn close. Really all that's left to work on is stats. As you can see, I mean, I have a fully upgraded weapon. My Pyromancy Flame is plus 14. It'll be plus 15 pretty soon, most likely. I don't think 16,000 to get it. I think I need 20,000 to get it to that final plus 15. And then you can ascend it to the extra plus 5, which costs an even more souls. But yeah, we'll worry about all of that as it becomes relevant. I spent so much... Oh, you're still here. I'm not entirely sure. Well, we may as well progress his quest while we're here.
Oh, hello there. You've been a stranger these days. Why? What spectacular pyromancy? Tell me about it. I have never seen anything like it. Why, yes, of course. Thank you for sharing. I'm still an able pyromancer. I shall locate him myself. I'm in your debt once again.
Ooh, 25,000. I was off by 5k. The her he's referring to is Quailana that I jump cut it to last episode because I forgot that I hadn't spoken to her before. Yeah. Good luck, Laurentius. Follow your own advice.
You sorry fool. You could not be the chosen one. Enough. I shall slumber until I am awakened again.
Well, he's gone. Alright, to the cemetery. Now, I purposefully avoided this area for this long because it's not necessarily a low-level friendly area despite being adjacent to Firelink. At this point, it is of no consequence, but trying to come here at a low level is not a good idea. Less than optimal. So we're just gonna go ahead and clear out. It's so strange seeing the TV that I'm playing on from like an angle because everything looks slightly different to how I feel it should look, if that makes sense. Like, look, you guys obviously can't see my actual body. You don't know what I look like, but like, I know what Dark Souls should look like, and I'm looking at it at a slight slant. So everything is like slightly off to me, but I'll cope. Get the binoculars. Kind of wild that they gatekeep the Zweihander behind. This well, I would say relatively difficult. It's not, but I don't really know what the appropriate level to come through here is. I think that's my biggest problem. Oh. He got me. This is the end. After all this time, this is how they got me. I bet you're wondering how I ended up in this situation. Anyway. Imagine if that had actually damaged me. Alright, so... Oh, right. You're still checking. It's actually, what was I about to say? that just threw off my entire train of thought. Oh, right. It's pretty wise, or would be pretty wise, to come down here with a holy. It's not called holy in Dark Souls. That's Elden Ring. Blessed. Hold on. What are these weapons called? I don't even know if I have one. Okay, occult, divine. There we go. It would be good to come down here with a divine weapon. But I do what I want. Do as I say, not as I do. So we're going to run past, which is usually a bad idea in Dark Souls. But in this case, I know what I'm doing. Trust. We are going to kill this fellow. Oh, that didn't one-shot you. I'm genuinely surprised. Alright, so that, my dear viewer, was a necromancer. Now, necromancers, well, I'm sure you know what a necromancer is, but in the context of Dark Souls, necromancers, down here, will keep resurrecting skeletons you kill, and the only way to get around that is with a divine weapon. Or, obviously, to kill the necromancer, like we did. So yeah. Pro tip, I guess. It's not really a pro tip, but... Now, another way you can kill or otherwise just dispatch of the skeletons is to get them to yeet themselves off of ledges. I am not going to have such a luxury, it seems, but... Hey, where you going? Get back here. And that's pretty much just going to be how we operate in this area, is to, as we encounter the necromancers, we're just gonna, you know, kill them. And in turn, that will stop the skeletons from resurrecting. Let's see here. There's a drop-off right here, but as you can see, this pathway isn't currently safe. We can fix that, but it's a good thing I didn't rely on muscle memory just now for that drop-off, because I definitely have not turned the thing to make it safe. Get the Lucerne. I don't know why I thought we would be running out of items to read anytime soon. I just feel closer to the end of the game than I really am. I still have all 3 of the Lord Souls to acquire. Could have sworn there was going to be an item. Oh well. Alright, the next necromancer is somewhere around here. Alright, pick up all of these items. Alright, so this is a drop down to the beginning area. The next necromancer is across the way over there. You can see his lantern. No, this section is particularly dangerous because you have a bunch of skeletons you can't permanently kill chasing you while simultaneously trying to do this. And that skeleton survive? Huh, weird. There we go. That'll temporarily take them out of play. Now, the big mistake that most players try to make, and I might make it as well, just because I'm impatient sometimes, is trying to just bum rush the necromancer instead of dealing with the skeletons. There. Now, the skeletons are free eats. There you go. Yeah, it really is that simple. If you go in here, there are some drop downs, neither of which I think I want to take. No, I definitely don't. I just thought about where they take me. Yeah, don't take those just yet. Just, also, the next necromancer. I know this part is going to be particularly dark to you guys, and I do apologize, but that's just a feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature in this part of the game, I'm afraid. Right. For those of you who for some reason only just now started the series at this episode, the reason I am healing small chip damage and kind of saving myself Estus as a result is because of the ring. Oh, almost died. The ring of the evil eye, which of course has the effect of giving you a small percentage of health back for every enemy you kill. That is why, despite the fact that I'm using the Chaos Blade, I am not damaging myself overly much. So the Catacombs, I don't really have a lot to say about the Catacombs. Mostly just because I don't know a lot about the Catacombs lore, I guess. Yeah, that's about it. Honestly, I don't have much to say about this place. I mean, it's where Nito lives. Well, technically he doesn't live in the Catacombs. He lives in the, what the other part is called that I can't think of right now. Should I do this drop now? Can I get back up if I perform this drop? I'm pretty sure I can. Alright, so there we go. Grab the Great Scythe. Don't need it for any particular reason, just fun to have. So if you ever wanted to know where the Great Scythe is, there it is. Yeah, much more probably reminiscent of the weapon you were thinking of when you saw the scythe, or when you see the word scythe rather. We're going to come here, grab this quick bonfire that is behind an illusory wall. And then, would you believe me if I told you I didn't find this bonfire in my first playthrough? And then, dang it, I do have those 25k souls now. Too bad Laurentius isn't a Firelink anymore. That's fine. I'll just use souls to level from for the time being. Who needs pyromancy, right? Magic is for nerds. We're a warrior. Like an actual warrior, not like that one warrior that you might have thought of when I said that phrase. Okay. Let's come up here. All right, Patches is not here, which is good for us. I always miss him here. I think it's because I come here too late. I think he is only here if you come here before the paladins do. Or I guess they're clerics, not paladins. But yeah, I think Patches is only there if you go there before the clerics show up. Because he has other places to be if they're present. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk through the fog wall here. And then dribble back. Well, actually, I'll just do this whole little area really quick. Also, I had, like, absolutely no reason to rest at that bonfire. I really shouldn't have. Oh. We're gonna come down here. Gonna ignore these guys for the time being. We'll be coming back for them. Yep, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Alright, where is he at? There he is. Really? None of them dropped a lantern? That is wild. Wildly unlucky, I mean. Okay. Let's deal with them now. Because, you know, souls are souls, right? I think I have like one more chance to get this lantern. Or maybe it's you have to kill all of them to get the lantern, and it's not like a individual chance that one of them drops it. Because I know the Souls games do have a couple of things like that where it's not like there's a cumulative chance of the items dropping because of, you know, X, Y, or Z, but it's because you, I guess, essentially completed the mini game of killing all of the enemies. That was a very bad way of explaining that. I'm sorry, but essentially some items only drop as a result of you killing all of the mobs associated with causing it to drop. That was any better of an explanation. I'm like hearing myself explain this and it's not good, but yeah, alright, so that was that little side area done. Next is where? Next is going around this way, I believe. Alright, so yeah, there is one more necromancer we need to contend with. Getting to him can be interesting. I don't exactly remember the way, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. I think it's through there. Now, there is a little side thing over here. There's a Titanite demon there. You can also jump into that coffin. I'm going to try to get the necromancer, so we need to come around. Oh, never mind. The ladder's right there. I don't know why I thought I had to go all the way around. All right. Oh, okay. What the? Move, please. Okay. And I think he's down here. I think. Yep, that's the Black Knight. Oh. That worked too, I guess. Alright. Need to be extremely careful here. So these guys are no fun at all. These, my dear viewers, are... There it is. Bone wheel skeletons. They are some of the least fun enemies in this entire game. And if I do my job properly, you'll never see why. I'm trying to clip through. I don't know if you guys can tell. Okay. Just keep funneling through. Right. That went better than I could have hoped for. Nope. Right. We're still on track. Okay, let's keep moving. I did want to try to like do this entire area before going to kill the boss, because the boss is honestly kind of a pushover. He's famous last words before you die to the boss. But yeah, we're going to finish exploring the area. And then gonna rush the boss. There really isn't much left to quote unquote explore. That hurt. You're not as strong as some of the other ones. Still hitting like a son of a gun though. Could I do the boss with this many Estus left? My ego tells me yes. Sanity tells me no. I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate their hitboxes so much. Ugh. Forgive me for that little crash out. Little mini crash out. Just a symptom of the game. I'm sure there's a clip of me saying somewhere that if I get pressed over Dark Souls, I'm doing something wrong, or I don't understand why people get pressed over Dark Souls. I'm sure in one of the episodes I said that. I'm like 90% sure. Don't take that out of context. This was not related at all, I swear. The best part about the Necromancers is that they don't respawn, so I don't have to worry about them a second time. Which is always a great thing. Always a wonderful, wonderful thing when I don't have to worry. I don't think the Black Knights respawn either, come to think of it. This area has an interesting drop we're going to have to make if we want to get the resident NPC summon, which honestly is not necessary for this fight, but still going to show it to you. Alright, so this is the boss fight, or no, this is not the boss fight. This is the boss room of Nito. In fact, he's right there. There he is, little sleepyhead. So yeah, if you want to join the Gravelord Covenant, this is how you do it. Just like so. And for joining the Covenant, you get the Gravelord Sword along with the Gravelord Sword Dance Miracle. Now, if you give him enough Eyes of Death, which I don't have nearly enough, I don't think. And even if I did, I don't really care to give them to him. It doesn't matter. But, hold on, there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need 10 to get to every progressive level, so, you can get the Gravelord Great Sword Dance, which is an upgraded version of the spell. People have, in fact, I don't know if they've completed challenges using only those spells, but they have attempted them. I don't know, I've gotten some pretty good utility out of it, but that was when I was playing a caster, and obviously it was alongside other spells, not just those. I feel like every Souls game, Elden Ring included, has just a handful of spells that belong to like a certain subset of spells that you just wish there were more of. Like the Gravelord, like the idea of specific Gravelord spells sounds awesome, but there's only 2 of them. And neither one of them are that great. They're like, they're similar to my Fire Pillar spell that I don't think I've actually used, but those spells are, those like pillar-esque spells are super unreliable because you can't control what the pillars spawn, and they really only work on like super large enemies, right? So yeah, it's I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I wish there were other Brave Lord spells. Like, for example, the Dark Hand, which I do have, actually. I was gonna say I don't. Wait, did I read the Dark Hand? Do I have the Dark Hand? Hold on. Let me slow my roll. I'm pretty sure all I need to do is speak to what's his name about it. Koth. Okay, no, I don't have it. But the gosh darn it, now now the words are eluding me. Gravelording, Dark Hand. Gosh darn it. An eyelash fell into my eye. That's why, excuse me. That's why I stopped speaking, and now I've lost my train of thought. Darn, bro, I can't believe I let that go. I can't believe I let that get away from me. So, Gravelord spells, wish there were more of them. The only thing that's vaguely similar is the Dark Hand's grab attack, which kind of lets you like grab humanity. So I could kind of see you throwing together like you could put on like the Dark Wraith hood, the Pardoner armor, have the Great Scythe with some, have the Great Scythe in your right hand, Dark Hand, as well as a Talisman in your left hand. That way you can switch between them, and then you can use the Gravelord spells and the Dark Hand and be like a kind of death-inspired look / build. Obviously would be like a quality faith build, I guess. Anyway. Theory crafting aside, do I need more Estus? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. We'll see if that is the correct answer soon. So I'm going to do one more thing before we go deal with the boss, and that is, guys, I'm going to show you guys where to get pyromancer gear, or not. This is for all my pyromancers out there, I guess. I'm going to show you where to get flame weapons, or at least I was going to. One moment. I think I figured out you just need to take it at like a small angle, like right about here maybe. There you go. And then you just traverse your way down. Some green titanite shards for my elemental weapon enthusiasts.
Be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
There we go. You have the unexplained blacksmith skeleton. So that's why we were braving death to come here to speak to him.
Why, you have an ember, do you? Ah, forget about it. I don't deal with that kind. What has gone wrong with embers these days?
Right, so he's pretty much just like any other blacksmith character. You can, upgrade weapons, purchase a few items if need be. What's special about him is that he does fire and chaos infusement, which is what I did on my first run of Dark Souls Remastered, to go with my Pyromancer build. But yeah, I don't know if he has any unique dialogue, so let's find out together.
I'm here to smith, not to chit-chat.
Never mind. All right.
What's that about?
Actually, let me see if I can reinforce my armor any.
An ember? What has...
Also, while I'm here, I may as well just repair my gear. Gear in Dark Souls 1 is never really, in my opinion, at any risk of breaking, but it never hurts to... Ah, never mind, I don't have any Twinkling Titanite, so I can't upgrade. Actually, hold on. My hood doesn't require Twinkling Titanite, but everything else does. Let's see. Ew, I don't really have that many Titanite shards either. Does he sell? Okay, yeah. You may be asking yourself, why are you reinforcing armor? Didn't you at one point say that reinforcing armor was basically pointless? And yes, I did. But that doesn't mean that when the opportunity presents itself, that I won't take it. I'm not using this slab, not for that. Yeah, no. There are a lot of things I'd use a Titanite slab for, not to upgrade a hood. Alright, now, this next part is going to be interesting because I'm going to, well, firstly, yeah. I'm going to need to brave the bone wheel skeletons. Which absolutely suck as an enemy. And by brave them, I of course mean cheese them. And the reason we're even bothering to kill them at all is because I'm trying to get back to the top of this area so I can pick up the summon. Getting him is the weird drop that I mentioned earlier. If you recall me mentioning that. Whenever my speech gets more stiff like that, it's because I'm actually having to focus. Alright. I think that was the last one. Pretty sure there were only 5 of them. Alright. As I said, the necromancers do not respawn, so you do not have to worry about that. pretty sure I should be more than good to go with... Well, I'll have 4 Estus when this is over, simply because I'm going to... take some pretty substantial amount of fall damage to get to the summon, but after that we should be good to go. Now this is a summon that's very easy to mention, very easy to miss because of the method that you have to use to get him, which is of course throwing yourself off of a ledge that you can't really see clearly to the bottom of. Really? Hitbox lasted that long. Whatever. Now it's right there. Which section do I drop from, though? Are you gonna blow up too? Okay. Okay, so is this gonna be a repeat where I have to figure out where I want to drop? Oh boy. Boy vey. Oh, I know. Alright, I think right here. Yeah, go me. Okay, so this is Paladin Leroy. Leroy Jenkins. Alright. So that's Leroy. Again, his assistance is really not required, but doesn't mean I'm not gonna take it. Looks to me like a priest fell here. This is why they're an absolutely insufferable enemy, by the way. They can just spin indefinitely, it feels. And each rotation, mind you, does a bit of damage. I say a bit. A lot of damage. Anyway. Let's do it. Welcome to potentially the easiest boss in the entire Souls franchise. Potentially. I don't actually know. I didn't know he could do that. Is that just a feature of that fog wall? Can not NPCs, can summons just come through it? I need to test that the next time I'm co-oping this game, which who knows when that'll be. Speaking of which, my friends and I have been chronicling our adventures across the Souls franchise. We finished Dark Souls 3, and we are officially playing Bloodborne now. This is both of their first time. I have platinumed the game, so not a new experience for me, but good time though. Definitely a good time. This is what we wanted, by the way, the Rite of Kindling. I wonder if I should, because I feel like this episode is dragging already. Maybe I should split this and I should split the Catacombs and the Tomb of the Giants or Tomb of the Saints, something, into 2 separate videos. I think that I am going to do that actually. I'm gonna get to this next bonfire most likely and call it an episode. I'm also gonna level up. First, before you go into the area proper, so I'm gonna want to have this lantern ready. Before you go into the area proper, we can come up here, like so. And then, like this, pick up a soul item. And that'll take you to back outside the boss room, just in case you were wondering where that leads. Now, there's nothing we can necessarily do up here, so thought I would just show it to you, but yeah. So yeah, this is advanced darkness here. This is not your average everyday darkness. This is we are going to levels of darkness hitherto unexplored. So yeah. Fun times. Prank him, John. Oh, I missed. It's less funny when I don't do the thing. There we go. So yeah, these guys are hiding out in the darkness. It's actually all quite annoying. Oh, hello. Oh, wait, never mind. Your boy is about to fall for it. That would have been very awkward. So when you get down here, immediately to the right is a giant skeleton that we are going to dispatch. Pick this up. This must be torture for you guys. Just entirely unable to see. Oh, hello. Ow. Ow. Stop. Stop it. No. Not like this. One sec. We'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry. Guys, had to lock in there. I don't remember there being two of them there. That was what really threw me off last time. Yeah, I didn't remember there being two there, and then they both aggroed on me. It was a bad time. Anyway. Hello there. You're gonna be in next episode. But for now, we come this way. We're gonna grab this bonfire, and then I'm gonna do the item read, and then I'm going to stop recording and either edit the backlog videos or... That was bad phraseology, considering the game I'm playing. I'm not an editor for the Backlogs YouTube channel that is also a predominantly Dark Souls oriented channel. I meant the backlog of videos that I have recorded but haven't edited and put on the channel yet. Anyway, I don't feel like I needed to clarify that. My editing speaks for itself. I am not an editor for Lemon. Anyway. Let's get to the item read. Before I keep just put my foot further in my mouth. Alright, let's find some items. What did we get today? If anything. We already had Green Titanite from a while ago. Let's see. There we go. Rite of Kindling. This secret rite allows bonfires to be bolstered further with kindling so that even more Estus can be collected. Kindling was a sacred rite passed down among clerics, but all undead can imitate the process in the same manner that they restore their hollowing with humanity. How peculiar that humans had found little use for humanity until they turned undead. Okie doke. I don't think we got any new spells today. Yes, we did. Gravelord Sword Dance. Miracle known only by the servants of the first dead Gravelord Nito. Giant Gravelord swords jut out in vicinity. Nito sleeps deep within the catacombs, deep within the tomb of giants, quietly overseeing all death. and waiting for his servants to usher in the Eye of Death. Alright, so interesting little localization slash lore slash random headcanon about the phraseology of Nito being called the first dead, also being referred to as the first of the dead in the intro cinematic. I feel like there is still debate, and I say I feel like just because I have not done any research into what the actual like Japanese says here, but the first dead and first among, or yeah, first of the dead can mean one of a couple of things, either being that Nito was literally the first person to ever die, which seems to be the more unlikely interpretation or intention in my mind. The other, of course, being first amongst the dead. In this case, the phraseology implying that he is the chief or the leader of the dead, which, given this, kind of feels more appropriate. But anyway, moving on. Let's see. We got the Zweihander today. One of the gigantic straight greatswords. As the name suggests, the Zweihander is held with two hands, but its wielder must still be inhumanly strong. It is this great weight that sends foes flying when hit solidly. We got, let's see, what else do we got the Gravelord sword, which is a curved greatsword. Sword wielded only by servants of Gravelord Nito, first of the dead. Crafted from the bones of the fallen, the miasma of death exudes from the sword, a veritable toxin to any living being. Let's see. What else did we get the Morning Star today? No, we didn't. We got the mace today, which was from the clerics. Iron hammer with a protrusive pommel, standard weapon for clerics. This simple bladeless strike weapon is effective against most foes and can break the guard of a shield. However, one miss leaves one wide open. We got the Great Scythe. Weapon with a long curved blade, converted from a wheat harvesting tool. The magnificent, sharp curved blade instills fear in opponents. Perhaps it is their survival instinct at work. Let's see, I'm pretty sure, also the Skull Lantern. Skull Lantern of the Catacombs Necromancer, and droops from his long beard locks. Oh. Huh. This lantern alights the tomb of the giants. Nito's light devouring domain of death. Also serves as a fire damage strike weapon. We got the Caduceus round shield, which actually, if I'm not mistaken, becomes the default shield of pyromancers in future installments. Round wooden shield crafted in Lordran, decorated by an ancient blue Caduceus. The great trees in Lordran are distant offspring of the great stone arch trees. This shield inherits their properties, and the wood greatly reduces magic damage. Now that's an interesting bit of lore that I've never known. Let's see. That would be all for the shield section. We got the cleric armor, so let's find that really quick. Nope. Here it is. Priest's hat, distinctive hat worn only by way of white priests in Thorland. It is simply meant to show their position within the hierarchy. It holds almost no meaning in the land of Lordran. Then we have the holy robe donned by men of the cloth. Though plain to the eye, its hardy fabric repels rain and keeps the body warm. Those dissatisfied with church teachings must test their faith by going on a spiritual journey, such as the ritual self-purification of the Way of White. Thick, sturdy gloves made for travelers on extended journeys. And okay. Let's see. I think that might have been the only new armor piece we got today. Oh no. Mask of the Mother, one of the 3 masks of the Pinwheel, the necromancer who stole the power of the Grave Lord and reigns over the Catacombs. This mask, belonging to the kindly mother, slightly raises HP. Now, if I got the Mask of the Father and some giant armor, we could have done a giant dad build, but oh well. Let's see, did we get any new rings today, I wonder? Yes, we got the Dark Moon Seance ring. This ring is granted to adherents of Gwendolyn, Dark Moon deity and last born of Gwen, Lord of Sunlight. Grants additional magic attunement slots. The Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. His followers are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. Now, what an interesting revelation this would be for our undead who now feels that the gods are against him. He might have to do something about this Dark Sun Gwendolyn. Also, note how Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. That raises into question, what is that sitting in Guinevere's room? Anyway, perhaps we'll do another visit to Anor Londo at some point. Okie doke. And alright, that is the item read for the day. I hope everyone had a good time in this episode, and I will see you next time when we go and tackle the Tomb of the Giants as well as Nito. But yeah. Till next time. Peace.